This time of the year, there are a few things you've got to get right in order to have a healthy, beautiful looking lawn. There's one thing that you must do. It's something that you absolutely have to nail down, and that is the right mowing height. Getting this right is going to set the stage for a healthy looking lawn that not only looks great, but also has resilience against disease and insects. Today, I'm going to walk you through what you need to know and how to determine what your mowing height needs to be, and the reason why the first cut of the year is so important. So let's get started. When it comes to keeping your lawn in peak condition, this is definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation. There are different grass types with their own unique needs, especially when it comes to mowing heights. For example, you've got Kentucky bluegrass, you've got tall fescue, you've got St. Augustine. These are all grasses that have optimal ranges of around 2 to 3 inches. Now, it is possible for you to cut your grasses a little shorter than that. I'm not really going to address that today, but if you're interested in doing that, you need to make sure that you do your research before you give it a try. Make sure that your grass is compatible with being able to do that. And I want to make sure that you do it the right way. Now there's the warm season grasses like Zoysia and Bermuda. These like to be kept at a much shorter height. The optimal ranges for these grass types are around 1 to 2 inches. But no matter the grass type, keeping that optimal range is crucial for promoting a healthy lawn that can outcompete weeds, resist disease and insects, and can handle wear and tear much easier. There's one thing that you have to do a bit differently with Bermuda lawns than all the rest. It has to do with how you handle the first cut of the year. This is commonly referred to as a scalp. So what is a scalp? A scalp is something that should be done at the start of the growing season. It's where the lawn is being mowed significantly lower than usual. And if you're new to this, it might seem like you're damaging the lawn, but don't worry. This harsh cut is a good thing. And you know what's not harsh? Following my lawn care plan. You can check out a link in the description below for more details. So scalping. I know all my Bermuda lawn care vets know this. A scalp is when you take the grass height down to about half of what your desired mowing height will be during the growing season. We're going to be removing that top layer of dead, dormant grass to help encourage that new growth that's about to start in the early spring. It's going to help the sunlight to reach the soil and promote that new grass that's about to come out. Scalping helps to reduce thatch buildup also. It promotes a denser and healthier lawn, and it helps get the lawn ready for that new growth that's about to happen. And so it's really important that when we do this first cut of the year, that we're going to be picking up as many of those grass clippings as possible. And that's why it's good to have a mower with a bagger. The bigger, the better. But if you're like me and you don't have one of those, you're gonna have to do it a different way. So I'm gonna be using my lawn sweeper to remove all of those grass clippings that I've got in my yard. Now, I just wanna mention that scalping can be really stressful on those other grasses. And instead of scalping, it's best to continue to stick to the rule of thirds that you need to follow during the active growing season, where you're only going to cut a third of those grass blades each time you mow, because cutting more than that can cause damage to the lawn. It's more like trimming it back to remove that top layer of dead material. This again helps the sunlight reach that new growth and make it more effective without causing too much stress and damage that can be associated with a full scalp. So it's essential to adjust our mowing height gradually if we're aiming to lower the grass height more significantly. And if you're doing it over several mowings, it's not going to shock the grass like it would with a scalp. If we really want to get technical here, what I'm doing today is what's called a pre-scalp. And basically, it's the same thing as a scalp, but it's typically done in February, before you see any new green shoots of grass. It's got the same benefits as I mentioned before, but doing a pre-scalp is more manageable when you're in a situation when it comes to removing those grass clippings. A pre-scalp is going to turn this process into multiple phases, typically 2 phases where you have 2 separate cuts. Maybe you're cutting your Bermuda back from where you had it in the 3-inch range. That's really kind of too high. And if you want to lower it back down to that optimal range, then this would be the perfect time to do a reset. And then you can make it more manageable as you start cutting it lower. So what you would do now is to remove half this time, and then next time around, you're going to do that additional reset in the next couple weeks. Today, I'm going to be cutting my lawn back to 1 inch. That's as low as my mower can go. I may end up probably doing a 3/4 inch cut in a week or two. And if that's the case, basically what I'm doing today is going to be a pre-scalp. But my friend Josh recommended a modification to my mower that I might just give a try. And so this first cut, this scalp, is going to reduce the volume of grass clippings that will help me transition into the regular mowing practices when we get around to it. So this first cut, this first scalp of the year is going to be where I'm removing those grass clippings, and that way I can get into a regular rhythm of lawn maintenance when it comes to actually mowing my lawn on a regular basis. No matter what grass type you've got, you have to commit to mowing regularly. It's so important. And here's why. Regular mowing plays a crucial role in the overall health of your lawn. How often we're mowing directly impacts the grass's growth pattern, its root development, and the ability to fend off weeds and disease. So we want to make sure that we commit to mowing regularly. And that's for all grass types. We're going to be looking to commit to mowing at least once a week. And I understand the challenges of regular mowing, especially when it comes to people who have a demanding work schedule. I get it. But if we're aiming to have a shorter, more golf course-like lawn appearance, committing to mowing at least a couple times a week is going to be crucial. This commitment ensures that your lawn stays healthy and looking great and more resilient to stress and wear and tear. That's if you're wanting to keep that grass height in that desired range. So just for reference here, with my Bermuda lawn last year, I ended up keeping at about 1 to 1.5 inches for the majority of the year, and I mowed about every 4 to 5 days. It wasn't quite twice a week, but it was almost that. But the thing about mowing your Bermuda grass low, when it comes to having a great professional look, it comes with its own set of challenges. And one of the most significant challenges is having the need for a level surface. The lower that you mow, the more important it is that you have a flat, level lawn. Uneven surfaces can lead to scarring, not scalping, which is a really bad thing, because scarring, when that happens, it's when your mower cuts into the grass too low on certain spots in the lawn, and it damages the grass. Now, this is during the growing season and not beforehand. This can add a lot of stress to your lawn, and you'll end up having brown, exposed patches of grass, and it's really going to have a not so great looking appearance. When doing a scalp, especially when you're without a large bagger on your mower, I like to suggest to mow in circles, and it can be incredibly beneficial. You can forget about having to try to make it look nice and have those nice striped lines in your yard. That's not really important right now. You want to push those grass clippings toward the center, towards a central area. That way you can concentrate them there in one place. That way it's easier for collection. For those of you without a riding lawnmower with a bagger, a lawn sweeper can be really efficient in collecting grass clippings from the lawn surface. That way it's making cleanup much more easier of a task. If the lawn sweeper isn't available, then you're going to have to end up raking and collecting those grass clippings and probably put them in disposable bags. That would be another alternative method. But it's going to be way more labor intensive. Now, when it comes to performing the scalp, it's really crucial to protect yourself from those dusty conditions that often accompany scalping. Wearing eye protection and a mask is recommended. It's going to get nasty. But these things are going to help protect you against the dust and debris that's going to come up off the ground. And it's going to reduce eye irritation and respiratory issues if you're protecting yourself. The first cut of the season can really stir up a large amount of dust and allergens. So it's best to protect yourself from all of that. This is the time of the year that you're going to get a brand new N95 if you haven't gotten one already. And I like to get one with a breathable gap on the front like this. Stick with me here because there's more to come very soon. You get this stuff right, you're going to be well on your way to having the best lawn you've ever had. And doing all this, setting the right mowing height and maintaining proper mowing frequency for the rest of the year is really going to lay the groundwork for a healthy, beautiful looking lawn. And make sure you check out the links in the description below for more information. All the things that I mentioned in today's video, they should all be there. Also, sign up for my free newsletter to receive a free lawn care guide for this year. I also am going to be sending out monthly alerts with all the products that I'm putting down on my lawn and when you should do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.